Okay, we're ready.
Radio check.
Yep. Radio check. All of a sudden the world fades away and things kind of slow down, and you realize you're sort of at the mercy of the wind and the weather, and you just kind of go with it from there. In 1994, I went out for a mountain bike ride and came back and had some tingling in my lower legs.
We were expecting our first baby, and Charles was starting to have these strange physical symptoms that we couldn't really figure out what. His feet were tingling around the waist.
And so went to a doctor, and the neurologist went through a series of tests, including a lumbar puncture, and then came back with a diagnosis: you have multiple sclerosis. Have a nice life. Right now, when life is supposedly taking off, and then it's like, no, wait, it's not. I had basically been stuck in denial for 3 years and kind of wondered, how did this happen, you know? And a lot of blame, you know, what did I do to deserve this?
He was there physically present, but he wasn't that emotionally engaged. One day I burst into tears and I just looked at Charles and said, I can't live this way anymore, and we have to do something. One of the things that's brought us back together is finding things we like to do together.
One year for Christmas, Sharon gave me a gift for a yoga lesson at Grace. And I'm like, yay, yay, that'll be great. I was thinking, we'll go up there, we'll do this one time, it won't mean anything, it'll be nice to try, it'll be fun. I had very low expectations about my ability to do this and what it would do for me.
Good evening and welcome to Grace Cathedral. My name is Jude, I'm a priest here, and it's my pleasure to welcome us all into this space for a practice that unites us in our hearts, our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. It began about 10 years ago. We started on the Labyrinth with just a few people. Now we have close to 700 every single week. It's been a phenomenal experience. So you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to believe in God, you don't have to have any particular confessional or creedal disposition. It's really just to meet people's spiritual needs wherever they are.
There is a sea of rainbow-colored yoga mats on the floor. There are people between the pews and down the aisles, and people of all different ages and races, and sort of commingling and just connecting with each other. We tend to avoid the uncomfortable. Sometimes we can choose the uncomfortable, seeing it as an opportunity to grow, to build our strength, to become more grounded. I remember when Charles first rolled into our yoga class, I offered to have one of our assistants work with him to show him some basic chair yoga poses that he could do. And it was amazing to see him come alive, to feel welcome in a space that I think he perhaps thought would not be a welcome space for someone in a wheelchair.
I went through that first session and walked out of there stunned. I couldn't even speak. I just felt so warm and so accepted, and I thought, this is strange.
When people like Charles start to practice yoga, they create a space for all that pent-up emotional energy to come out. And it's sort of like releasing steam from a pressure cooker. It's very therapeutic. You might not even know why you're crying or laughing or smiling uncontrollably. It's just that thing, those emotions that you didn't allow yourself to feel for whatever reason.
Class today was, like always, it was awesome, you know. It takes a while to kind of settle into it, you know, but once you do, once you sort of give yourself up to that moment, it's just absolutely fantastic.
It was beautiful.
Your life has purpose, and you can enjoy the things that fill your life. Whatever it happens to be, once you start to experience that by being present, you start to really live, not just heart beating, but living, being an active participant in life.
The same way I approach yoga, I came to sailing saying, okay, let's just try it, right? When you're in a wheelchair, it's all this focus about self, but with yoga and sailing, you'd sort of flip to the outside world. You start thinking about things beyond yourself, and you realize that the world is a pretty amazing place. Part of the process with the MS and being in a wheelchair is blaming myself. What could I have done differently? And then realize, well, probably nothing, and it just happened, and here's where we are. So where do we go? And just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and keep going.